list of upcoming animated movie sequels, and reboots that will shatter the box office. Welcome back to Nerd Flame, everyone. I'm Mr. Flame, and today we are diving headfirst into the abyss of hype that is the next decade of animated blockbusters. We're not talking about small films. We're talking about the titans of the industry: Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks, Illumination, and even a speculative dive into an animated Marvel future, all bringing back their biggest franchises for sequels, reboots, and long-awaited continuations. The fan anticipation for this slate of films is beyond anything we've seen, fueled by rumors, cryptic teases, and a few official announcements that have already set social media on fire. If you thought the last few years were big for animation, you simply have not seen anything yet, because the projects being whispered about are the ones that are set to redefine what a global animated event movie truly is, dragging us back to the theaters again and again. Let's start with the elephant in the room, the animated sequel that has been rumored, denied, and then finally confirmed, setting up what could be one of the biggest box office years of all time. Toy Story 5. The simple mention of the title is enough to send shivers down the spine of anyone who grew up with Woody and Buzz, a phenomenon that has consistently delivered emotionally resonant, high-quality storytelling that transcends age barriers. The question on everyone's mind is, after the emotionally satisfying conclusion of the fourth installment, where does the narrative go? The strongest whispers suggest a return to the ensemble cast structure, but with a fascinating twist: the inclusion of new toys that challenge the very concept of what it means to be a beloved classic, perhaps through a contemporary lens of modern toy lines and digital interaction. There's a persistent, circulating rumor that this installment will heavily feature the legacy characters like Jessie, but also pivot to explore the idea of infinity and beyond in a meta-narrative way, possibly even touching upon the toys that Andy gave away decades ago, creating a reunion arc that fans have been begging for since the beginning. My personal expectation is that Pixar, being the masters of making us cry while teaching us life lessons, will use this to explore the generational gap between the original toys and a new, more existential challenge to their purpose, making it less a sequel and more a complex reflection on aging and relevance. If they handle this delicately, with the same narrative precision as the earlier films, this has the potential to be a cultural moment that goes far beyond a simple animated movie release, solidifying the franchise's untouchable legacy as a cornerstone of cinema history. This isn't just a film, it's an inheritance, and the pressure is monumental for the creative team to nail this one. Moving on from the world of toys, we have to talk about Illumination's continuation of their most profitable monster franchise, a sequel that guarantees a packed cinema every time the theme music plays. Minions 3. Yes, another chapter in the Despicable Me cinematic universe is on the way, and while the critical acclaim may not match that of some other studios, the pure, unadulterated global appeal of these little yellow chaos agents is undeniable. The rumors for this installment are less about emotional arcs and more about escalating the scale of Gru's latest scheme and, inevitably, the Minions' destructive influence upon it, which is exactly what the fans show up for. There's chatter about this film introducing a rival group of tiny, colorful, and equally incomprehensible creatures, possibly a group of sentient green blobs, creating an all-out, adorable color war that will make for some truly incredible, high-velocity set pieces. The fan community is also buzzing about a potential timeline jump, perhaps fast-forwarding to see Gru's family grown up, leaving the Minions to grapple with an entirely new world of technology and social dynamics that they simply cannot understand. The humor of the previous films has always been rooted in their anachronistic physical comedy, and pushing them into a more modern setting could be hilarious. But the complexity of keeping their antics fresh after so many outings is a genuine creative hurdle. What I'm really looking forward to is seeing how the creative team manages to find a new, relatable emotional anchor for Gru. ensuring the narrative remains grounded even as the minions launch themselves into orbit. The hype machine for this is already running on all cylinders, proving once again that sometimes all you need is a simple dose of organized anarchy to sell tickets worldwide. Finally, we must turn our gaze to DreamWorks, a studio that has been having a massive resurgence lately, which naturally leads to the most requested sequel of all time, Shrek 5. The return of the grumpy ogre, the wisecracking donkey, and the fire-breathing dragon is not just a sequel. It's a cultural event that has been anticipated for over a decade, and the rumors swirling around it are a delightful mix of nostalgia and genuine intrigue. The most persistent and exciting rumor is that this fifth installment will be less of a direct sequel to the last film and more of a soft reboot, bringing Shrek back to his roots with a quest that forces him to question his comfortable, domesticated life, perhaps due to a threat that only a truly miserable ogre can face. Fans are desperately hoping for a return to the more cynical, satirical tone of the original, trading in some of the fairy tale fluff for a sharper, more adult sense of humor that made the first film an instant classic. There's also intense speculation that the success of the Puss in Boots spin-off will heavily influence the tone and animation style of this new chapter, leading to a much more visually dynamic and action-packed experience than we've seen before, which would be an incredible artistic evolution for the franchise. The biggest talk, though, is about the voice cast, with rumors suggesting an expansion of the universe by bringing in new celebrity voices to challenge the dynamic between Shrek and Donkey, possibly introducing a villain or a new foil that is as iconic as the original trio. My hope is that the creative team will not only honor the legacy, but push the boundaries of what an animated fantasy comedy can be, delivering a film that reminds us why we fell in love with that muddy, swamp-dwelling hero in the first place. The fan demand is a deafening roar, and DreamWorks simply cannot afford to miss this one. These films represent the apex of animated hype, a confluence of billion-dollar franchises returning to dominate the box office and the cultural conversation for years to come. From the deeply personal, nostalgic return of Pixar's most beloved heroes to the guaranteed, chaotic fun of Illumination's Yellow Army and the decades-in-the-making revival of DreamWorks' Grumpy Hero, the animated future is brighter and more packed with massive sequels than ever before. This is the slate that will launch 1,000 fan theories and countless internet discussions, keeping the spirit of Nerd Flame alive and well for the foreseeable future. So, what are you doing still watching this outro? Go hit that like button. Subscribe to Nerd Flame for more breakdowns, and let me know in the comments which of these colossal animated projects is making you lose your mind with anticipation. We are officially in the hype window, people, and the only way to survive is to embrace the flame.
I didn't know this was even possible. I learned how to make money online. The link is right below in the first pinned comment.